parts distribution centers. They generate billions of dollars in revenue and profits for the companies, profit margins of 30 to 40% on bare parts that customers need.
No pay! No pay! No pay! No pay!
These workers at GM and Stellantis get paid less than their counterparts in the assembly plants. They're on a lower wage tier.
On a lower wage tier. Those are important words in this time of striking unions, as every sector is affected by different tiers getting different amounts of money for basically the same work. And so the UAW and the auto workers are no different. So these are strikes happening, expanded strikes from the UAW strike in 38 parts distribution centers operated by, again, the big three: General Motors, Jeep and Ram owner, and then Stellantis in 20 states. Ford, however, has been spared. We'll talk about why, but here is a map of where UAW strikes are happening and have expanded. So very concentrated in Michigan and Ohio with 17 locations, but you've got everything from Oregon to Denver to Dallas to Orlando to Mississippi, and then sort of dotted in those, what are those easternly states? I can't make them out. It's all the same. It's all one big New York, Connecticut. I don't know, but yeah, I'm kidding. But it's nationwide, people. Ford, however, has been spared because, as President Shawn Fain said, we've made some real progress at Ford. We still have serious issues to work through, but we do want to recognize that Ford is showing that they are serious about reaching a deal. At GM and Stellantis, it's a different story. They say that they're going to need some serious pushing. And remember, they're asking for a 40% pay increase. They're asking for an eliminating all of those tiers, right? So it shouldn't be any different if you are working at a parts distribution center than if you're working at an assembly plant. It is part of the same job and you are part of the same union. But Senator Turner, it is pretty incredible how much the UAW has been able to flex, right? And you already see Ford coming to the table, but what do you make of this, of the way this strike is working and how the way it's rolling out?
It is a thing of beauty. I mean, President Shawn Fain, he my spirit animal. I just want him to know that, baby. Rocking and rolling, letting it be known, we gonna flex. You know, I went to Streetsboro in Ohio. It is a parts distribution center, standing side by side with those workers. Had an opportunity to talk to them. It's about 112 people at that particular plant in Ohio, but they deliver all over the country. And to see them walk out in solidarity in that way, and I got to give a shout out to local 573 in my home state of Ohio, and to their local president, Mike Cowman. They doing the thing, Francesca, but they are there. They're gonna be there 24-hour shifts, standing up and fighting for as long as they have to. And we all know what they're fighting for: better wages, better work conditions, and better benefits. They absolutely deserve it. And the strategy that the national president is using, Shawn Fain, baby, is nothing short of brilliant.
Yeah, my favorite is that he's giving them like these deadlines. He's like, by Friday at noon, if you do not come to the table, we will be striking more facilities. And they are able to keep which facilities they're striking kind of under wraps.
Inspect what you expect. And because I think, Francesca, he has about 145,000 members. They do have a strike fund, but once you have to bring that strike fund for all the members, you know, it puts a weight on it. So he's being strategically and tactically masterful in fighting for his members.
Right, I mean, and it has had an economic impact. Let's just jump to graphic 6. The Anderson Economic Group, a consulting firm in Michigan that tracks the industry, estimated Friday that the strike has caused about $1.6 billion in economic damage, including more than $500 million for the companies and more than $100 million in wages lost to strikers and layoffs. So 500 million though, it's a drop in the bucket. This is the big three. You think they care? I mean, 100 million in lost wages is huge. And as mentioned, there is a strike fund. But of course, both sides are playing this very cautiously. And that's why you see someone like Shawn Fain, and the idea that union leaders are just like crazed and power hungry and do whatever. No, this is very strategic. It is not willy-nilly, it's not messy. It is trying to take into consideration that yes, there are lost wages, and no, the strike fund doesn't have necessarily what it takes to pay out every one of those 40,000 plus workers at the same time. So
they're only getting $500 a week, Francesca.
Yeah.
And the strike fund is also being used to keep up their health benefits through COBRA, which we know is very expensive. If only we had universal health care in the United States of America. And the way that was worded, no, these CEOs of these companies are causing the damage. Make no mistake, the workers are asking for what they deserve. In 2008, the taxpayers bailed out the auto industry, and those workers sacrificed for that. So they are not asking for too much. They are not reaching too high. They are asking for exactly what they deserve. And not only are they asking, they're making a demand and they're willing to fight for it. So the CEOs of these companies, we're gonna put an asterisk by Ford. They need to come on and stop wrecking the economy and do the right thing.